Hello.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome.
Is it actually recording? Yeah,
It's
it is.
recording.
Wow.
We're doing it. Finally.
Ta-da.
I'm warmed up. Ready to go.
Did some little rapping, get clearing your throat and getting your voice ready. So
yes.
Now I think you're ready.
I'm ready. Welcome to Two Buddies.
And a mic.
Yes. We didn't practice that.
But it worked.
It worked perfectly. Cool. I'm Blake.
I'm Devin.
I'm Jeff.
This is so bad. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I know. You should be used to it by now.
Yeah, I know. Well, true.
We have an intro that I have on the guitar that I know how to play, but I didn't record it. So
we have an intro.
We have an intro, but
it's not here
it's
yet.
not implemented yet.
You'll
which
hear
it will be shortly.
Eventually.
I like that word better. I think it's a more accurate description.
Mm. We don't know when, but it will be eventually.
We didn't practice that either. Ooh, look at us. We're so professional.
We finish each other's
words
and
handshakes.
Yeah. That's exactly.
See, that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Because we finish each other's.
Cats.
I was thinking of dogs.
Well, I mean, you can't really, just decide on either. They're both great.
You know what? I like that. That's a very neutral statement that I disagree with because dogs are better, but I respect your opinion. Okay, what are we talking about today? I'll let you take this one up. Oh my God, I need water.
Well, today...
Oh, wait, we're popping it up. It's popped.
It's popped like a podcast.
That was pretty funny. I like that.
We're first talking about what the worst movie we've ever seen was.
Ooh.
You sound very enthusiastic about that.
I have a specific memory. It was actually pretty recently. I saw it too. It was like just over a month ago, actually.
Mm-hmm.
No, it probably was like almost exactly a month ago. It's a great experience. You want me to get into that? Do you know?
Yep.
I can stall for you while you think.
No,
you have one already?
I can think of stuff. I can say one thing that you're not gonna like too.
Oh, but it's probably a movie I love. Oh, is it the one? It's the one with the horses. Yep, I know exactly.
What was it?
See, I know exactly. It's sorry to bother you.
Yeah, sorry to bother you.
He hated that.
That's not the worst movie I've ever seen. But I know it was something that you like. I really kind of liked it
because I loved it because it was weird and different, and we need more movies like that so that directors can express their artistic creativity at their whim and not be limited by studio interference because they want to play it safe. And that movie did not play it safe.
No, not at all. Honestly, that was
it's great.
I just thought it was really
weird.
Kind of weird.
It was objectively weird. There's no question about it. It was weird.
It was kind of weird from the beginning.
But that's why I loved it.
But then it just took this absolute turn to
it was Armie Hammer's fault.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. It's weird.
Or don't.
Forewarning. We can't really summarize it. It's weird. It's a trip. It's a trip, man. And I loved it.
It's like if you were on drugs the entire time watching it.
And then just got progressively, exponentially more
deeper
intoxicated as the movie went on.
Yeah.
And then you hit a wall or a cliff, and then you decide to jump off that cliff.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description of that movie.
It's like you're tripping through the woods, and it's a normal trip through the woods, and you get to a cliff, and you decide, I'm going to jump off this cliff, and you do. Yes. What were we talking about?
Worst
movies. You want me to kick it off?
Okay, I'll kick it off.
So, set the scene. I'm in Colorado, just kind of chilling on the couch with a friend. I was crashing there for a few days, and we just kind of were bored and wanted to do a movie night. And so I don't think Netflix wasn't working because whenever we tried to watch a movie from like HBO or Netflix or something, it would freeze the DVD player because it was old. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a smart TV. I think it was like a separate DVD player that you can access like the premium channels or whatnot. And the only one that worked, I forgot which one it worked, but it was one of the premium channels were the only one that worked. So we were browsing their pretty extensive catalog, and then we couldn't find a movie. So then I have the decision where I close my eyes. And so it's like, there's 3 columns. And it's just like an endless scroller in the 3 columns. So I put the cursor in the middle and I said, okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Everyone close their eyes. I'm going to scroll down 5 rows and to the left 1. So it's the leftmost column. And we're going to watch that movie no matter what it is. And then I clicked on it with everyone's eyes closed. So no one saw what the movie is. I'm like, okay, I clicked on it. We waited 5 seconds to open our eyes and it's starting. No idea what it's about. No idea what it's called. We looked it up after. I'm going to preface it with this. We looked it up after. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Try to guess its total domestic gross in the U.S. It's the total amount of money it made.
Yeah. Is it really low?
It's... Okay, take your expectations for really low and then drop them and then chop that in half and then throw it to the curb and stomp on it a few times and then take it back to where you got it from. And then burn that building down, and then lower your expectations again. That's how low they were. Guess how much it made?
What, like 10,000?
20,000.
Okay.
Domestically, an official release. I think it had 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called like The Wolf or The Engagement. Something where it was like the and then one word. And it was the campiest word. Okay. I'll tell you what it's about. It's about... oh my God, where do I start? It opened up with like some like really terrible like Bigfoot documentary type. Like it was like finding Bigfoot mockumentary almost. Okay. Right? And this seems like it could be fun. No. Oh, it started with like this short animated film. You know how like in Disney movies, Pixar shows like a cute little animated film before? It was like that, but with like a Microsoft Paint like animated film. Like I'm talking, it was like a bunny in a field, and it was like a kindergartner drew it, and then they didn't animate any movement for the bunnies other than just like physically moving the entire drawing of the bunny up and down to simulate hopping, and they moved it across the screen, and then it just got stomped by this giant like scribbled foot, and it took like 2 minutes, and then it got into the mockumentary, and it had nothing to do with the movie. Nothing. No correlation. Just a bunny getting stomped on, looking like a kindergartner drew it. And that was the intro. And I already knew we were in for a treat from that. It was great. Right? And then, so we continued watching. And then it started off, there was this one guy who is some kind of businessman. And it started off with him like talking to a woman who you thought was like, she was his secretary.
Okay.
Right? And she's like a babe, right? And he's like this old white dude. And there was like this weird sexual tension going between them, right?
Gotcha.
He's talking about like, I'll see you later tonight. Mm-hmm. So it turns out she was his sister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was so confusing. You couldn't tell if it was a mistress or what. And then it's like, okay, I'll see you tonight. Okay. I love you, sis. I love you, bro. Bye. And
what the heck?
I was like, oh my God, it's the first of many turns. Right? And then so it turns out this guy's dating this woman, another babe who's like less than half his age, of course, right?
Yeah.
And what he does is he goes to this house in like the middle of the woods, and he sets up like this dinner for them so he can propose to her, right?
Okay.
And then he goes to get her and comes back, and it turns out like right as she gets out of the car, he goes into the house or something like that, and then she gets like attacked by Bigfoot. From like the intro mockumentary was kind of supposed to set that up, I guess. It seemed like it was completely separate from the story because the tone didn't match. Mm-hmm. The filming style didn't match. The characters, half of the characters in this, or the actors, seemed like they were like family friends. Uh-huh. There were maybe 1 or 2 actors who were like passable, and they were like police officers who just got high and hotboxed like a police car. That was pretty much the most believable part. Yeah. But it's like, I swear, it was like, oh my God. Okay, so then this woman gets attacked by Bigfoot, and then you're like, oh no, so he's going to be alone in the woods, and then you think Bigfoot's going to attack him. I don't think Bigfoot's in this movie again. She turns into a fucking werewolf. And like,
after being attacked
by Bigfoot, she gets infected
with
and I'm doing heavy air quotes because that's not how Bigfoot works. And she turns like this weird werewolf thing.
Bite her and then
I don't know. There's like an off-screen thing. They did okay. I will give them this. There were a few shots in it that were fantastic, and the practical effects were amazing.
Gotcha.
Like it genuinely impressed me. There was like a shot of like Bigfoot silhouetted by light, and it's like the outline of him like surrounded by like trees, and it was framed so he was in the middle, and the trees were framing him. It was a fantastic shot.
Yeah.
It was the best shot in the movie because I still remember it, and it was like over a month ago.
Gotcha.
I mean, I remember a lot of things about the movie, but not for the reasons.
That was good.
Positive reason.
Yeah.
Which actually ended up positive for me because it was so bad it was good. It was one of those, right? But anyway, so then she gets infected, and this movie is her attacking this guy and like cutting off or like biting off like toes or fingers individually, and then he like puts them in his champagne like holder. Like a champagne, what
like
are those called?
Bottle?
Yeah, no, not a bottle. Like the thing you put the champagne bottles in that they give at like hotels. I don't know what they're called. I'm not sophisticated. I'm sorry.
Well, like a wine holder, like the
sure, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So he like put his fingers in there and then went to the bathroom to like patch himself up. And it was like, it's the funniest thing because he would rinse and repeat that cycle. He probably had like 6 fingers and like 4 toes by the end of the movie in this champagne holder.
Why?
With ice. Because I don't know. But oh my God, the funny thing was he would go out, get attacked by the woman, the werewoman or whatever. I don't know. It was weird. And would like do something to fight her away, and then she would just like run outside randomly, and then he'd be alone for a second and go back in the bathroom, and then he would go back out and then get attacked again and go back in the bathroom and like wouldn't really defend himself. And it was just like, just get in the car and leave. I don't understand.
Wait, so he would just literally like let her attack him?
Yeah, pretty much. Like he was like, he trapped himself in the bathroom and she couldn't get in the bathroom. That was like the safe space, right? That's my safe space in the bathroom. And then he like goes back out to try to defend himself or attack her and see if like the coast is clear, and it's not. And then she attacks him and then like bites a finger off, and he goes back and then like wraps something around it and then goes back out and then rinse and repeat for like an hour. Right. And then they tie in this unnecessary story where it's like the woman that he was going to marry, her parents are like these Russian mobsters that he had to do some job for. And then they said that he stole the money, even though he did a job that they agreed to and said would pay him. So then now he's on their bad side. So he's trying to marry her so they can't like hurt him or something. Which is like, wouldn't make sense because she's a total babe and like they're in love. So why would you? I don't know. It was just like this unnecessary plot line that was forced into it. And it was hilarious and I loved it. And those Russian actors were so bad. It made me laugh so hard. It was so funny. And then basically at the end, the kicker is he finally calls the police, who were the ones aforementioned that were getting high. Yeah. And then they're like, yo, so it turns out this guy's getting attacked by a werewolf. And they're just like, okay, we'll go check it out in 15 minutes. And then keep hotboxing because that's believable. I respect that. And then the police tell him, okay, wait in the bathroom because you can't get injured there and it's safe in there and we'll come check it out. I mean, the police do eventually go, I think. But the dude does not wait in the bathroom. It's like, what? Okay, yeah, no. And there was another scene where he goes into the car to like try to get away, but he gets like attacked or something. And so he grabs something from the car and leaves the car even though he was safe in the car. It didn't make sense. Like, I don't know how to describe it because it doesn't make sense. And then it ended. How did it end? I don't remember how it ended. It was hilarious. I don't remember how it ended. I just remember loving the movie because it was so bad.
So is this the worst movie or is it just like...
It's the worst movie, but It's one of those movies, it's so over the top bad. Mm-hmm. It's good because you're laughing at everything.
Gotcha.
It's not like you could tell they were like... It's not like one of those Hollywood movies where they're not self-conscious. It's not like a horror movie where it's like, okay, we're thinking we're making an amazing horror movie, but it's filled with cliches and it's campy and it's terrible.
Gotcha.
And so it's genuinely terrible to sit through. Mm-hmm. This is so bad. I loved it. You would hate it because it's so bad. but
I kind of want to watch it now that like you described it, because I just want to see how like
okay,
really
I'm gonna do some research simultaneously.
Okay. To figure out which one it is.
So I can recommend.
Yeah. I don't know. That sounds like a very entertaining, however poorly made film. Do you know like where they made it, or like who?
I think
was it just kind of like a homemade type of?
It honestly seemed like a student film, but it was officially released.
How long of a movie was it?
It was like an hour and a half. It was like a movie.
Damn.
I can't find it.
We can figure it out later.
I remember on Rotten Tomatoes it had a 0% out of like 60 reviews. It was amazing. Okay. You have any story?
Yeah. So,
all right, lay it on me.
Have you ever heard of the movie Would You Rather?
Yes, that's the one with the weird faces, right? Where they're. No, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a different horror movie.
No.
Mine is Truth or Dare. That was the one I was thinking of, I think.
I never seen that one.
Sorry. Okay, yes. Yeah. Continue. Would you rather?
Would you rather? It's
a fun
kind
game.
Of
it's a classic game.
Yeah, it's a classic game, but I think it's on Netflix. I think it is still on Netflix. I think it has a pretty bad rating. It just the basis of it is that there are a bunch of people that have situations that makes them like in need of a lot of money to like help or take care of stuff, right? And there's this one guy. What?
I think I found it, right? The one with like, is this it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
59% all critics, top critics, 25%. Average score user, 36%.
Yeah, it's really not great. It's an empty plot. So basically, there's this one girl and her like younger sister is I think she's sick or like needs like a surgery or something like that. It's along those lines. Like, but they need money and like it's just her and her sister. Like her parents aren't like
okay.
Her parents are away or something.
Sure.
And
why not? Plot.
Yeah. The premise didn't really make much sense, but that's what it was. And then there's this one guy who's very rich and hosts this Would You Rather game. And all these, I think there was like probably like 10 people go up to this big mansion of this guy that's hosting this game. And in the end, you can like win some sum of money. I think it was like $500,000 or like something like a hefty amount of money.
Hefty.
And
sponsor us, Hefty.
And now we'd like to thank our sponsors.
Hefty. Please sponsor us. Thank you. Continue.
So they all go into this mansion. They all sit around this table, not knowing what's going to happen and like what they're going to be doing. And they are asked to do certain things by this heavy millionaire. And it starts off pretty like simple and mundane, like shocking people or stuff like that. And gradually it goes on to where he's offering stuff to people for money. Like there's this one guy that's an alcoholic and he has been clean for a certain amount of time. Like he went to like an AA meeting or whatever. And like, it's like, he's been clean and like trying not to do that anymore. And he puts like a whiskey bottle in front of him. It's like, if you take like one, glass, I'll give you $1,000.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, well, come on. Like I can't do it. And then he's like, oh, what if it's $10,000?
Okay.
And he's like, okay. So he does one. And then he's like, if you finish like the entire like bottle, which is like it's damn near like a handle of like whiskey.
Oh my God. Whoa.
And if he's like, if you finish it, I'll give you like $50,000. It was something like that. So he like
finished it
and then just like proceeds to die.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I at least that's what I remember is he just like dies from like the just sheer amount of alcohol in his system. So I'm pretty sure that's the first person that died. And eventually they go around doing different games, and like there's cards that people get, and you either do like the card thing or you like.
And they're all at this table?
They're all at this like one dining table. It's like a massive ass.
Takes place at the table?
Pretty much. And so it gets to this one point, like there's like a scene. Well, the picture of the movie on Netflix is this, it's an eye and a guy has a razor blade. And what he has to do is he has to take a razor blade and cut his eye out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He has to?
Yeah.
Or he can choose not to?
Well, I'm pretty sure he has to in order to like stay in this game.
Yeah, no.
So he does it. What? And there was this other like people
for $500,000?
Yeah.
You want to cut your eye out?
It's just, it was weird. It doesn't make any sense. It made no sense. And then someone got beat with a stick, like, and people could either beat a person with a stick or like put their head underwater for 30 seconds. Or like, it was
really
just
easy.
It was between either like beating someone else up or doing something to yourself. And there was like a few people that would consistently harm other people rather than harm themselves, instead of like all of them trying to work together to like get the money at the end. And the last part of it is this girl, and it's this guy, the guy that cut his eye out. There's like the last two. Yeah. And she could either choose to leave and split the money with him, and with like it's significantly less. It was like they either both leave and get $50,000. Yeah. Or she had to like shoot him and get like some like 2 million or something. I don't know, something like a lot. And she decides to
just shoot him like the hand.
No,
or
she
something.
Just kills him.
Whoa.
Like to get this. Yeah, she kills him to get the money. Right.
You can't shoot him in like the hand or something.
No, I think like she had to like actually kill him.
Oh.
And
so now she's a felon.
So she did that to get the money to help her sister, and then when she goes home to her sister, who was like left alone in the house, her sister had killed herself.
Why?
Because I maybe she was depressed or something. I don't know. Like there was like so many plot holes. It made no sense. Also, there was another guy that apparently the guy that had won or like had because apparently this happens like every like 5 years or so or something like that. The guy that had one was like a successful surgeon or some shit now. He was trying to go back to kill like the big millionaire to stop this whole thing from happening again. And when he was going like in like this back alley to get into the house, some guy just comes up and like stabs him or like shoots him or something. It's like there was so many different like irrelevant plot points that they just kind of like eased in that made no sense. And it's just, I don't know, dude. It was really weird. And then the ending was just so like piss poor and like made no sense that it was depressing.
That sounds like one of those movies I was talking about earlier where it's like doesn't understand that it's not a good movie.
Yeah. Like
which makes it worse.
They were trying. It's kind of like it ended up being not scary at all or not really like emotionally
you just got distracted by this stupidity.
You just did, like exactly. And it was trying to be good.
Oh my God.
Like there's movies that like are bad and like are not trying to be good. They're like just trying to be bad, just like out of like comedic or just kind of like just stupidity. Just because I like some of those can be entertaining. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example. Yeah, like I guess I don't think they were trying to take it serious, like Sharknado.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure that's a prime example.
Yeah. But it was trying to be good and was just not meeting any point along the way of trying to succeed in that. So
that was a great answer.
Yeah.
We gave some great answers.
Yeah, I think.
Wow,
you're welcome.
We are so talented.
Watch those movies.
Watch or don't
or don't.
Actually, watch mine because mine's so bad. I still don't know what it's called.
Put in the comments. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Comment what you guys think. It really pisses me off. I can't find it. I'm searching on my computer right now. I'm typing like werewolf premium cable channel.
Okay, I'm letting you know. if it only grows 20,000, I highly doubt if you look up anything, it's gonna come up because no one's looking up that movie.
I know it's true, but it was like it's on. It's I don't want to give up.
What's our next topic?
Okay, fine. Okay, we'll keep it professional. Favorite childhood video games?
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot.
Oh, there's so many good.
I have 2 that stand out in my 3 that's really stand out to me.
Like what?
4. I lied. Okay, I'll start the youngest. It was on my Game Boy.
Oh,
It was Star Wars. I think it was Lego Star Wars. I remember
Lego
playing
Star Wars on your Game Boy?
Yeah, something like that. It was some Star Wars. I remember like being a lightsaber, and I don't remember if it was Darth Maul, Darth Vader, or Darth
Sidious.
There's another Darth. Yeah, no, I know he had
Darth Maul.
4 arms. I don't remember. I remember what it was called.
General Grievous.
Isn't that?
He has 4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, General Grievous.
It wasn't him.
I'm just letting you know.
I know he's just showing off his Star Wars knowledge here. No, but
I'm a nerd, brother.
Nerd. Anyway, I just remember playing on my Game Boy, and I was like, that was the first time where there was like a boss that was really challenging, and I like grinded to beat him, and it was very satisfying. And I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's like 15 years ago. It's probably a little less. I don't know. Roughly that time span. So it was a while ago. But then another one I remember. Ratchet and Clank on my PSP. Loved that game. That was fun. Platformer. Yeah. I just love that feeling of like that satisfaction, like finding some new weapon or something, or like getting an upgrade. That's the game I remember where that was the most like satisfying experience for me. The first one.
Yeah.
And then another one I'm going to is Patapon. No one knows of this game. It is one of my favorite games of all time for the PSP. It's like you control like a little army of like doodle guys based on like you tap the X, circle, square, and triangle. If you tap it, it's a rhythm game.
Okay.
So it's based on like every measure with like 4 beats in it. And on each beat, you press a different one of the X, square, circle, triangle. And based on the combination you press, you command them to do a specific thing. So like move forward.
Okay.
Is square, 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 circle. And then they like every time you click it, it has to be in beat. And the more in beat it is, like the more powerful the move, right?
Gotcha.
And then if you do it in beat enough times, you get into like fever mode. I remember this. This was a long time I played this game. I remember everything. I remember move forward is square, 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 circle. And they go pata, 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 pawn, right? Because pawn is circle.
Yeah.
And then square is pata. And then I think triangle was like chica. And then X was done. That's what it was. I remembered that. Let's go. Okay. And then so it's like, so you move across like a 2D landscape. And then they're like different enemies and whatnot. And then to attack, you go pawn, pawn, pata, pawn, circle, circle, square, circle. And then all the guys, you have like a cluster of them, a small cluster maybe, like chuck spears at the guys or whatnot.
Gotcha.
And then that was one of my favorite games. It was so much fun. And then they came out with like a 2 and a 3 that like they implemented like upgrades and heroes and stuff that actually improved on the first one a lot. And so that's one of my favorite games. And then the last one, my first time playing Uncharted 2, that opening for that game, for those of you that don't know, is like you start the game with a gunshot in your gut and you're in a train hanging off the side of a cliff in the middle of like the French Alps. It like that blew my mind. It was like, oh my God. And then I remember I was at my dad's house playing that game. And my dad's not really into video games. Neither is like my stepmom or anything like that. But he was in watching as I like started because we just hooked up the PS3 to like the TV for like the first time. And I'm like, okay, watch this game. I heard it was great. And he stayed and watched me play that for like 3 hours straight. And that's big for him just because it was like a movie. It was like the coolest experience.
Yeah.
You're climbing up the side of a train that's falling apart, hanging off the side of a gigantic cliff in the middle of the French Alps that's snowing. It blew my mind. Yeah, those are my favorite experiences.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Exactly. I love Naughty Dog. Shout out Naughty Dog. Sponsor us.
Speaking of Naughty Dog.
Yes.
Actually.
Let's do that. Let's speak of them more.
Have you ever played Jak and Daxter?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That honestly is probably one of like my...
Yep. I was thinking that too.
Because my brother and I on the PS2 would play that game all the time. Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, and Jak 3. We never played Jak 2. I saw like a friend play it because we never had the game. But we were at like their house and watched them play it and it looked awesome. Jak 3 was fantastic as well. But Jak and Daxter is probably just like the throwback original one that just I always loved doing. And like the music for it, I always did love. And like the beginning intro song, I don't know. It's a great game. I love it.
Crash Bandicoot too.
Crash Bandicoot.
That's up there.
Was a fantastic game as well.
I think that's Naughty Dog as well. Is it? No?
Crash
Maybe?
Bandicoot?
I don't know. I wish I didn't say that because I'm not sure if it's right.
I don't know, actually.
Delete that out of your brains.
We'll edit it out. Just kidding. We're not gonna. Yeah, no edits. I'm trying to think of.
Don't scoff at me, Tom.
So a lot of my like childhood games were on the PS2, and Battlefront 2. I still fantastic game. I mean, even Jak and Daxter. Like I went over winter break. I just went through the entire like campaign of it. I guess not campaign, story line of it. Story mode. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean that's the only mode, but
sure.
Now I lost my train of thought. Okay, Battlefront 2, fantastic game. Yeah, always will be. Honestly, when it comes to Battlefront games, the one on the PS2, Battlefront 2, is easily the best one they've ever made, and I don't get why they don't try and redo what they had because that was great. They try and like do this new stuff with the new Battlefront ones on like the PS4 or like Xbox One.
It looks fantastic.
It looks good. It looks
one
great.
of the best looking games.
And like there's some aspects that I definitely think they have improved, but when it comes down to just like the base game mechanics, I think they should revert back to like Galactic Conquest, stuff like that, or like the online modes. But War of the Monsters, have you ever heard of that game?
No, actually.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
So the basis of War of the Monsters.
Tell me. Tell me.
No. So the basis of it is there's like kind of like the intro thing. So like to tell what's going on, there are aliens that come to Earth, right?
Cool.
And they are like going around and just kind of like sending down lasers and stuff, like almost trying to like attacking Earth. And
aliens.
Exactly like that. Like in like you know like the base UFOs, like a disc and whatever.
Yeah. You
like just see those around the entire like world. And then like this scientist developed this thing that'll make a shield and like take down all of the
spaceships,
UFOs.
The crafts.
And they do that. All the UFOs die and like fall down and land on Earth. And like there's this green ooze that just like.
Sorry, I had to pay my respects. Yeah, continue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they all fall and crash on Earth. One hits like the Eiffel Tower and it like crashes, and like this green ooze just goes out, and scientists take and like experiment on it and put it into like this one praying mantis, and the praying mantis just like grows massively into like this huge monster, like skyscraper tall. And then this a monkey or gorilla turns into like basically King Kong.
This sounds like
a lizard.
The newest Dwayne Johnson movie, the one with the giant monkey, or the monkey that turns into a giant that has to beat Rampage. Which funny enough, Dwayne Johnson has a movie called Skyscraper too. Yeah. You just said.
Yeah.
So Dwayne Johnson sponsor.
God, I can't. We're gonna stop doing that.
I'll stop when we stop laughing. How's that?
Perfect.
Never.
So basically, there's just like a bunch of different monsters that are created because of this green ooze, and then they just go and fight. And the different game modes is like a storyline. You can choose one of these monsters and go with it. Like there's You can be like a dragon. I don't know where the hell the dragon came from. You can be like King Kong, basically, Godzilla, these big giant robots, some like lava monsters, and like the praying mantis. There's like just a bunch of different monsters you can use. And then my fond memories is when I'm playing that game with my brother in like our like playroom area, and he would always be this one like tiki guy, from like Hawaii, or like something that was made like from one of like those
masks,
ritual heads, kind of things. And then I would always be like the King Kong guy, and we'd always play on like this one Japanese place that's like called Tsunami, and you would throw like a projectile at a UFO and it'd make this tsunami that would kill pretty much every other one. It was fantastic. It would yeet everything. You would be yoted.
Fuck. Sorry.
You're good. So that's probably one of my favorite. We had to
appeal to modern, younger demographics.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was our sliver of modern
them ye whippersnappers
culture.
Yeah.
I hated that as much as you hated listening to it. We need the ad revenue. We need the cult-like following of the young kids who don't know any better.
We want to make 10 cents on our videos instead of 0.
Then I won't have to get a job. Mom, I already have a job. I get money from it. Don't ask me how much. Please.
So moving on, I'm trying to, other than PS2 games.
That reminded me of this. Do you know the game Spore?
Yeah. Spore is
I remember the first
fun game.
I loved playing that. I think was it on Game Boy? Spore? I was a big Game Boy. My first thing was like a Game Boy that I got into. I played like Pokemon. I remember trading with my friends. I had one friend who was like one of my Japanese friends. He had like 5 of every Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he cheated in the game, but I didn't know that at the time. And he had like level 100 every. Yeah, okay, no, yeah, he cheated. He had like level 100 of like every Pokemon, and then this is when you had to like connect the Game Boys with like that cable.
Yeah,
and so he would trade me and give me loaded Pokemon.
Oh,
it was the best.
I remember doing that like with the Mario Kart with Game Boy. Yeah, that was another one of my favorite things.
Like the Game Shark, the cheat thing that you put the. I remember when I had a DS, this was like middle school. Mm-hmm. I had a DS and I would put like there was like this almost adapter where you would put the game chip. It's practically like an SD card for those that don't know. This is what the game chip looked like. You would put it into this adapter and then you would put the adapter into the game slot and it would run through the program that was in the adapter that allowed you to basically cheat in like every major game.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And I remember doing that and throwback. I don't know. It was like a nostalgia trip for me. It was more so sharing that memory than like that going anywhere, but it was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of fantastic like old games.
Yeah.
That I
there's
played.
another one you also remind me of.
Lego Star Wars is fantastic.
Lego Star Wars, big, always collecting those coin things. That was another one, for sure.
That was amazing. I played that with my brother a lot too.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. You remember? Okay, when I was like, I think this was elementary school. I think every kid played this game, like around our age, but it was like in the computer lab class you had. It was like that game where you were that orange thing, and you had to like jump, and like you were on an island.
Never mind.
And you were like trying to save like these little. I don't know, little mushroom guys. It's like Croc. Something Croc. I'm going to look this up because I think I can actually find it this time.
When it comes to computer, like the other like computer games, oh my goodness. Actually, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this.
It was called Croc. I nailed it. Croc, Legend of the Gobos.
Really?
Wow, it has fantastic reviews. Oh my God. Whoa. I didn't know it was actually a good game. I just remember loving it. We would always play that in computer lab when we had those free days because it was installed on it. And we would always like try to progress through the story and they were like temples and dungeons. That's a throwback. Oh my gosh. Came out in 1997. Mm-hmm. Have you played it, Tyler? Croc, you've never heard of it?
No.
Have you seen it?
Croc?
It's like this turtle guy. Or I guess it's a crocodile. Oh, it's a crocodile. Whoa, that's why it was called Croc. Oh.
Okay, you keep realizing these things that are just so blatantly obvious.
I know. That's why it blows my mind, because I don't know how I didn't see it sooner. I put too much faith in my mom when I was a kid.
Like jump the gun, you
tells
said?
me. Yeah, I never realized that connected to track. Took my mom's word as gospel. I didn't realize adults could lie till I was much older. So I think that's like there's some kind of connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can continue talking about this stuff
for a long
forever.
time. We want to move to the next.
We should probably move to the next one.
Okay.
We can revert back to this
we can
another
come back
time.
to it. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. All 5 listeners, let us feedback. Do you want us to keep
talking about video games?
I don't know. We'll probably just do whatever we want anyway. But
honestly,
we want you guys to have the illusion that we care.
Exactly.
Okay, next topic.
Favorite gift. So whether it be like a birthday gift, Christmas gift, just a gift out of just because why not? I've never had it like just kind of a random gift. Maybe I have. I don't know.
I've given you a few random gifts. Yes.
So
it's weird. We toned down our sexual tension heavily for the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's much more civilized than normal.
It's much more tame.
Mm-hmm.
So
anyway,
we should.
No.
Damn it!
Stop.
I tried.
Nope.
It's just gonna be an hour long of us just like,
ooh, you're looking good today. Wow,
yeah,
like your
right.
haircut.
I was just gonna say the same thing about you.
Yum. Water is so good. Water, if you want to sponsor us.
Shout out water.
Shout out water. Shout out life. Be forever.
Life's actually, isn't that like a cereal? It's a game. Life is everything.
Okay, that was actually not.
Good.
That was okay.
Good. You see that shit, Tyler?
I was not scripted.
That was not scripted.
Now that's for the record.
That's
record.
Proving that we finish each other's
penis
words.
Oh,
I already said words. I'm not funny. I'm sorry. Yours was better.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cats. You already said cats. I'm reverting back to the thing. Okay, ready? Ready? On go.
Speaking of cats.
3, 2, 1, go. Ready?
What?
3, 2, 1,
taco.
Go. Oh. What was the topic?
Favorite gift. So when I think it was 8. I was 8-year-old.
I was 2. We have so much in common.
8 one time?
I was
8-year-old. I was 8 years old one time. It was kind of crazy.
Only once?
I was only once 8 years old.
If you define once as 1 year, then you were. But if you define once for like a day, then you weren't.
How do you know? How do you know I didn't just jump from 8 to 9? It was 9 for 2 years.
Did you identify as 9?
Honestly, I could identify it as 32 back then. That's why I'm an alcoholic.
It all makes sense now. Don't kids drugs, guys.
Speaking of favorite gifts,
don't kids drugs.
When I was 8 years old, I had the option given to me by my
for a day. So this was all in the course of one day.
No, I'm trying to finish we're trying to progress here, not revert back to this perpetual
progression. Scares me.
That's probably
I'm
why. I'm
scared of change.
I was gonna make a political thing there, but I'm gonna avoid that. So anyway, as I was saying,
been demonetized. As you were saying,
we're gonna turn this into a political podcast.
Yes, because that's very smart to do.
there's a lot of money behind that.
Clearly suited towards political and professionalism and expressing our ideas.
What's your favorite gift? Or should I continue? I'm gonna finish my story before you say anything.
Please
okay.
Do. I promise I'll let you finish this time. Maybe.
I was gonna say that don't make promises you can't keep.
Yeah, that's true.
So when I was 8, I was given the option to either have a big birthday and like a birthday party kind of thing, or I could get a cat. And I chose to get a cat. I really want to get a cat. And I don't know why.
Can I interject really fast?
You can interject.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah.
Okay. This man loves cats like nobody.
They're just so
for a little
cute.
bit of background. They are.
They're adorable.
Objectively, kittens are adorable.
I love dogs, but I really...
He's a cat guy. Nothing wrong with that. Except for the fact they're not dogs. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So anyway, I wanted to get a cat, and my mom was not about it because she knew
she was trying to tempt you with the big birthday so you wouldn't get a cat. Was that what that was?
Yeah,
She's like, you want a big birthday with every gift you can imagine except a cat and all your friends and party, or you want just like a stupid cat?
Yeah.
Cat. Yeah.
Yep.
She should have seen that
and
coming.
My mom wasn't gonna get it anyway. My dad went with me without my mom knowing to the pet store.
No.
And I saw this cat. I thought it was adorable, and we picked him up and brought him home. And then my mom was like, "Are you kidding me?"
No.
Yeah,
Mr. Horan.
Yep.
No.
It was a power move.
That's a dumbass move. You don't do that.
But
respect.
But after a while, I think my mom really got warmed up to it and really kind of liked the cat. And
that's how it always. That's how it went in my family when we got a dog. Stepmom, no. Yeah. Dad did it anyway. Stepmom, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love this dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Well, she took care of it a lot too. She did a lot for the cat.
Yeah.
And
that's how it goes.
Whenever I went to school or whenever I was not home, she would be either at home at work, but whenever she was at home, she would be taking care of him, and the cat would always go and sit with her while she was working or stuff like that. So I don't know. That was probably one of my favorite gifts, just because I didn't think it was actually going to happen, and then it really did happen. Yeah. And I love that cat. That cat was fantastic. But his name's Onyx, by the way.
Onyx, the Pokemon. I love it.
Yeah, but it was because he's black.
What color was it?
Black because the stone Onyx. My dad picked out the name.
Oh, well.
I didn't understand, but there's a stone.
It's a cool name still.
Onyx,
so as a kid, you probably just
people were like, "Oh, the Pokemon." I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Sure. It's a Pokemon.
No, I knew.
I'm just teasing you. No, okay, but I just want to say in a quick defense to all the moms out there, they know that most of the responsibility of taking care of that animal will lie on them.
Yeah.
Regardless of however much you beg or how much you promise, they know they're going to have to do the most, which is why they're kind of against it in the first place. Yeah. And they're right. Yeah. So,
well, if I were to get a pet,
well, now obviously it's different. Now we're adults, but
I'm saying I'm saying when I have a family, hopefully, I don't know, bar anything awful happening. If we got a pet, I would.
That's really definitely got really dark there.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, way to bring it back. Good.
Cats,
kitties.
Anyway,
that's a good gift.
That was probably one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten.
I like that. There's a good story behind it too. I'm sure your dad didn't regret that decision whatsoever. I'm sure he didn't have to hear about it until the end of time. That's cool. Yeah. That kind of reminds me, one of my favorite gifts, the one that popped to my head, is actually a dinner. There's what was it called? Farmhouse. It was kind of, I think this was Malibu area or Palisades area, but it was I think it was on a top 100 restaurants in the world list from a reputable magazine.
Gotcha.
And it was in the top 50 in the world. And they said it was this place. And so I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I told my mom about it briefly. I'm like, this would be cool to go, wouldn't it? And she's like, yeah. And she made reservations months in advance. And I remember going to that. And it's one of those menus where you don't order anything. The cook just kind of cooks what they have. It's straight up farm to table. They get deliveries every single day from a local farm about what they're going to cook for the day. Yeah. And it's I remember I had this pasta that was the most amazing pasta I've ever had. And that was one of my favorite dinner experiences. I remember, I think Kurt was there too, and Marty, family friends, awesome people.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite memories. I remember that gift for my birthday. It was awesome.
I feel whenever it comes to something that's your favorite, you usually revert to food.
Yeah. I'm a big food guy. I eat a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But also experiences.
Yeah. What that kind of reminded me of this other I guess gift that my parents gave it to us.
Air quotes.
Huh?
Air quotes. He used air quotes.
I use air quotes.
Just because they can't see us.
I guess it is a gift, but it's not a conventional object gift thing.
Yeah. I've had a lot of those, and I appreciate all of the object gifts I've given because they're representative of the sacrifices my parents made of time and commitment so that I could get what I want. So thank you. But yes, continue.
Thanks,
Just
France.
feel like
We love you.
Yeah, that was from both of us.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
That was a mutual statement. Thank you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love all of you.
All of you.
Together forever. So,
together forever.
Imagination.
Continue.
So,
drinking game. Take a shot every time I interrupt Blake. You wouldn't make it 10 minutes.
Honestly, you would not.
Just
this is
you
how
might
it
as well
happens,
just constantly be drinking.
I mean, stop. I can't. Oh, gosh, you are infuriating. Okay. We'll just move on from that now.
I feel bad now. You're smart. Yes, you know that's how you get me. Make me feel bad.
Yep. I play on the emotional.
You pull on
just
my
tension
emotional
you have.
heartstrings.
Yep.
He knows how to pluck them.
I'm just like I'm gonna try and talk, and you're gonna interrupt me, but we'll see what happens. What I was going to say is whenever we graduated from high school, my brother, my sister, or I, we went on a trip to somewhere. We for my brother's graduation, we went. Where did we go? That was to England, actually.
Oy.
England and Ireland. And that was awesome.
That sounds awesome.
That was a very fun trip. I had a blast. And then for me, we ended up going to, was that one to, yeah, it was to Luxembourg, Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. And that was during the Euros. Do you know what those, the soccer tournament?
Yeah.
That's like a low-key World Cup kind of thing.
Yeah.
It happens every 4 years. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a blast. And it was one of my favorite memories, honestly, right before college that we were able to do.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm really grateful. That was going somewhere is honestly the best gift I could ever get. Is like
kind of reminded me
a vacation or something.
I had like an Italy trip.
Yeah.
For my birthday. That was amazing. Traveling
is fun.
It's the best.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can move on to the next topic.
Let's check the runtime.
Where are we at?
50 minutes. Oh my God, that's fast.
Wow.
Zoom.
Time flies when it flies.
Icarus.
Icarus?
Let's not fly to the sun too close. Burn.
Okay. I learned about that the other day. Well, not learned about it. My teacher went over it in my 254 class, which is business law.
Ooh,
basically
smart.
the taking the normal road, taking like the standard road instead of going way too high or going way too low.
Is it a safer bet?
Yeah. It was it's about law.
That's the moral of today's podcast. Don't aim high. Don't aim middle of the road.
Exactly. Don't shoot for the moon. Only shoot for the space station.
Just cruise.
Just sometimes maybe get there or something.
Or something safely.
Don't overachieve. It makes you stand out.
Don't do something if there's too much risk at failing.
Exactly.
Live your life content with
not
being mediocre.
Never follow your dreams. They're not going to happen. You will fail and fall into the water.
Aim for a 9-to-5 steady, stable job. Well, that's depressing.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Can we actually edit there? Can we please?
That would be so bad.
I know that's why it'd be great.
Yeah, I guess that's what our podcast is at this point. It's just it's like a satire.
We're not trying to leave them hanging.
We're like those bad movies we talked about before.
Will we continue this motif or this tone of the podcast in the next one? I don't know. Find out next week.
Hanging by a cliff.
I'm actually stopping it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.